Wow, you guys really did a number on her, didn't you?
Excuse me?
Your studio. You got orbs, fetches, banshees. She's all backed up a poltergeist. I think I even saw a vampire.
What?
I think that was my poster of Robert Pattinson, but...
Look, just tell us what it's going to take to fix it.
Alright, here's what I can do. We can do an apparition flush, which would prevent most animal phantom conjurings. When was the last time you guys had this place blessed?
Never?
No wonder. You're supposed to change the holy water every 5 months. Well, in that case, I recommend a full exorcism. Now, I usually charge $600 for the whole thing, but I'm running a special now through December, 10% off.
Well, if you think it's gonna help...
Al, do you trust this guy?
No, but I'm too confused to ask any questions. Let's just give him his money and hope he fixes it.
I guess we'll take it.
Beautiful.
You ready for your next week?
But we have a show to do today.
Better do it somewhere else, unless you want ghost lynched. What's the name of it again?
The Light Show? It's a fantasy football program.
Yeah, I've heard of it. A lot of rape jokes.
Welcome to The Light Show. I'm Mike, he's Al, and here's everything going on in the Keep It Light League, Week 9.
If you can't take the heat, move into the kitchen.
In our first story, the ghost of Josh Andrew has apparently taken control of his fantasy account and was responsible for the numerous paranormal disturbances that occurred on the show last week.
Although the change of team name has made the Keep It Light League slightly less offensive, the recurring manifestations were more than likely going to kill us.
Fortunately, Al and I were able to find a priest on the fly who will hopefully exorcise Josh's evil soul back to hell.
On that note, let's get into some football.
With some major trades and some major performances, Week 9 may prove to be a game changer for the rest of the season.
In trade news, Foots and Coffin that acquired Alfred Morris from the Accidental Rapist in exchange for Stephen Ridley and Cecil Shorts.
While Cecil's teammate Justin Blackman was traded to Betty Ford.
Another Foots and Coff move was acquiring tight end Antonio Gates from Angels Farting Angels for running back Danny Woodhead.
For complete trade analysis, we are honored to have the expert opinion of former Ravens quarterback Trent Dilfer, who joins us live in the studio. Trent?
Josh Lynch Trent.
Moving on, with Peyton Manning on bye, Team the Best team struggled at quarterback this week. However, Adrian Peterson and Giovanni Bernard stepped up with a combined 50 points, taking full advantage of an Aaron Rodgers injury that leaves Reptiles unanimous without their star quarterback. So much for that fairy tale season they were having. Team the Best team wins 120-58, while Reptiles unanimous wears the lead apron yet again.
Owner Mikhail Pasenik said, "Sorry I'm beating all your friends at fantasy, parentheses, not really."
Team the Best team faces off against Cadillac Culp Seville next week, where she'll be debuting her new team logo.
And it took 9 weeks, but Foots and Coffin that has handed Cadillac Culp Seville their first loss of the season, as only 3 of Seville's players managed double digits, none scoring higher than 19. Foots and Coff didn't even require the service of newly acquired Alfred Morris or Antonio Gates this week. In fact, he could have left his kicker and flex positions open as well. Foots and Coff comes out on top, 107-66. Concerning the trade, Hafner had this to say: "I'm glad Woodhead went off for Mike and Ridley for Kirsten, but I do hope next week they all go down with season-ending injuries, because it's a 1-week return policy, right?"
The power of Christ Holy shit, is that Trent Dilfer?
In a Freaky Friday-esque swap, Cartwright Hernandez has suddenly become the most dangerous team in the league, as he not only beat Allosaurus handily this week, but also laid claim to his first feather cap. When reached for comment, owner Mike Ehrenfried said, "Feather cap. What is that exactly?" To put into context how on fire his team was this weekend, the 5 guys on Hernandez's bench would have beaten 2 other teams. Cartwright Hernandez wins with the highest score of the season, 186-136.
Though some would be a bit miffed, I'd like to thank Cartwright Hernandez for blowing up this week. I left a 37-point receiver on the bench, and I can't even be upset about it.
Well, it was another heartbreaker for the Accidental Rapist this week, as they narrowly avoided another 37-point receiver with the ill-advised drop of Riley Cooper earlier in the week. Apparently, Nick Foles has no problem rewarding racism with touchdowns. The Accidental Rapists lose to the reincarnated Chris Johnson and the demonic spirit of Josh Andrew, 137-132.
And finally, it was Angels Farting Angels taking on I Fly Lighter Than O2 in a relatively boring match. I mean, some good performances, some bad ones, really not a whole lot to comment on.
That's about right.
Angels Farting Angels gets the W, 129-109. Kevin Teal of I Fly Lighter Than O2 reported, "I'm slumping, need to revisit strategies."
Okay, someone needs to lose to Teal just so the Keep It Light League can get his heart and soul back.
Agreed. I'm looking at you, Undead Andrew.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. Remember to keep it light.
And rest in peace, Trent Dilfer.
Rest in peace, Trent Dilfer.